corporate settings.
But I got an important question for both of y'all. What's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them? Damn, we still asking this shit.
I know, man. We've been asking this shit since Cisco made that song, man. What these bitches want from a nigga.
What these bitches want from
Rest in peace to DMX. Rest in peace.
So, hey, man. What's wrong with these hoes this week?
So I gotta ask, man. We got two females on the pod. You know, we're not able to have the privilege of having two beautiful, very beautiful women on the pod right now.
Oh, hey, man, stop all that.
Shut the fuck up. let me do one thing. Two very beautiful women. Two very beautiful women.
Thank you.
What do women really want? What do y'all want?
It's really an individual thing. It's an individual group thing. So you can't even ask that. Like,
so all guys think the same.
So I'm gonna tell you about this situation.
Groupings though.
This woman I say she about your complexion, Anna K.
Dark skin.
Yeah, but close, but maybe a little bit lighter than you. But she went on a date though with a nigga. And she was talking about how, man, this nigga did everything. He came into my door, opened the door for me when I got out of the house. He opened my door. I'm texting my friends like, this is different, this is weird. He was a perfect gentleman. And for some reason, in my head, I'm thinking, this nigga is corny.
I was waiting for the fuck shit.
But everything, she said this nigga did everything she wanted. He was a gentleman, he was polite, he complimented her, he paid.
Okay, but be honest. How often do we get that? So you gotta understand how she has probably never in her life experienced.
You get what you require. You get what you require.
Not in that manner.
You get what you require. Yes or no?
The first part.
Yes, I do.
She was just in the wrong area at the time.
I do.
So if you move to a different area,
no, men are not. Men are all raised by parents. They're not raised by wolves.
So the first part of the question was like, what that she posed was.
She's probably ratchet as hell.
No, she's actually a very sophisticated woman. But the first part was she was like, "This is weird," which is what you said, Ebony, is true. Like, if you're not used to that, it's weird. But then the part that had everybody like, "What the fuck?" was she said, and I could not stop from thinking that this nigga is corny.
Right.
So,
did he overdo it?
C's asked y'all, what do y'all want? I'm gonna start with you, Ebony, since you was talking about it. What's wrong with these hoes, man? Like, what do y'all really want from niggas?
I mean, women want that. She didn't say to him, "You're corny as hell," and ruin the whole.
But why has it come to he's become corny because he does all that shit?
It's because she's used to different, so she doesn't know in reality that's not corny. That's how it should go, you know. Because she's used to a nigga just letting her be that woman.
So let me ask you a question: is it corny to you?
Of course not.
Okay, continue.
Of course not, because it's refreshing. It's definitely not corny.
So, we see all these TikToks and these Instagram videos where like women are like, "Oh, he did everything perfectly," but I just feel like he's corny.
Because you're in a toxic environment. If that's the only thing you know is to put goddamn on turkey necks in your collard greens, are you gonna stop putting that shit in there?
Yes,
no.
That's good. That's good.
Hey,
and she said turkey necks. Why is a turkey bad for you?
Hey, I gotta fan this bitch off.
That was good.
I'm just saying,
damn flames.
If you're used to shit after shit after shit, when you get diamonds, you're just like,
you don't know what to do with them.
Exactly.
But why do you get shit after shit? Not you.
Why do you accept it? Though?
Exactly. You get what you require.
Because that's what you're used to. Why you ask your grandma why she kept on having all these ratchet ass niggas in her life?
She did.
My grandmother never ever. Bobby Walker. I don't know what grandma you talking about.
Never ever.
I mean, my grandma got
my grandmother said same from the same man. From the same man.
My grandma, she got like eight baby daddies.
I didn't even know that was a thing back then. So your grandma was getting in, your grandma was paid. We're not gonna have that conversation.
Not that paid, but
in the 60s, your grandma had 8 baby daddies. She just ain't tell you.
7 kids.
She ain't tell you.
Grandma was getting it in.
She didn't tell you, honey. She told you she was a nurse when she was working her night shift, but she was, no offense to grandma. No offense to grandma.
So what are you saying, Ebony, though?
It's because women are, subjected to this certain extent of what a man is, that when a different man comes along who was raised right and, has the courtesy to show you chivalry isn't dead, you're not used to it because you just keep on getting the same thing. You're like, oh, this is weird. That's just like eating turkey and you've been on pork for the whole life. This is weird. I don't like it right now. I can get used to it as it continues. But I just can't fathom shit because I've never had it. So
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Hey, Anna K, as the dark skinned woman on the pod, man, what's your thoughts? What's wrong with these hoes?
A lot. I'm gonna say it like this. My dad was not my mom's knight in shining armor. And I learned very early that I wish a nigga would. You feel me? So I get what I require in certain situations. So a nigga opening the door for me, like that's
surprising.
basic. Like that's what
Okay.
you're supposed to do. If you don't, I don't hate you, because everybody's not raised that. It's different in the city. You're not opening a car for what you gonna open the subway door for the bitch? I mean, it's not a thing. So you know what I'm saying? You can't expect things from people who
Open
whatever.
up or pull out her chair and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, but there is a certain level. It depends how you do it because it's a swag. You feel me? Anything you do, a nigga with swag can do anything, and it's swag. If it's corny, it's corny. Maybe he was just a corny nigga, and the way he did it was corny. Like, oh, let me get the door for you, my damn. Let me do this, my damn. We don't know what's it.
So, Russell Wilson or Future?
Both.
Now you can only get one.
If for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
Which one you mad?
Russell Wilson, you got me fucked up. Like, what? Oh, I just want you to have 7 baby mamas during our
I'm just
relationship.
saying because
I'm sorry, I'm not sexy red.
A lot of people say Russell Wilson's corny.
I don't know. Listen, I don't follow these celebrities like this. So this is what I'm looking at. Russell Wilson represents Christianity, husband, man, elevation, multiple avenues of revenue. Good father.
So why is Future fucking all the bitches and Russell's not?
Because all the bitches are dumb. Future got money. The bitches that want Future are thinking about themselves. It's selfish. The bitches who are picking females, who are picking Russell Wilson, they're thinking about family, future, not future, but real future. My kids, generational, The women picking Future are trying to come up.
So what makes a nigga corny?
What makes a nigga corny is like overdoing it. Like you don't got no swag. Like you learn. It's like Urkel.
What's swag?
Swag is like Stefan, and corny is Urkel.
But Urkel was better for old girl though.
Okay, because it was the 90s and it was entertaining. It's not real life shit. You feel me?
I'm just saying Urkel loved
But I
it.
mean,
2020. He was obsessed with her. Okay, let's get it right.
Damn.
I mean, he was.
He was
we
Laura.
can't deny
But
that.
ain't that what love is?
They
And then all these
If he was
all
40
these bitches on
if he
TikTok
was
talking about, I want my man
43,
to
you would have called the cops.
You
Usher
like
got a whole fucking song where he's singing in the rain outside a bitch house with 7 other niggas
2023.
and dancing and shit.
That's
That's
Usher. We're talking about Usher. Okay, we're talking about real life.
So you don't want a nigga dancing in the rain? What you saying?
Oh, that's obsessed.
That's basically what you're
That's
saying.
not even normal.
You don't want a nigga.
I mean, no.
You don't want a nigga outside your door singing to you, Josie.
Movies from the 80s
I'm
and 90s.
dead.
Niggas had a boom box.
I'm dead.
And the nigga
I'm
playing
dead.
their song with a boom
You know how
box.
you do a voice text? Just send me a voice text. Don't be standing outside of my
Right.
house. My neighbor's looking at me.
Baby,
Like,
baby, please answer the phone, baby.
But what's that song like? What's that song that said, baby, I'll do your laundry, I'll run your bath water and all this shit?
Nah, that nigga was tripping.
obsessed.
That nigga was tripping. But on the flip
No,
side,
this is what they want. They want that nigga that you sent me. Hey, I saw you out and about. Yeah, I took all your credit cards
Oh, no.
and I cut them. And I took that-
Orange Jones. To the classic. You, that hush puppy wearing alley cat coat wearing nigga. Yo, don't worry, baby. You'll sit by the door. Yeah, I canceled them credit cards. But shout out to Orange Juice Jones.
Hey, what
Classic
you think,
song.
C's, man?
Man, so our whole lives, people who get women, niggas who get a lot of women, men who don't get a lot of women, it's the same thing. Even if you think you know what they want, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all want. And y'all done fucked up because I found a Batman song. Bitches don't know what they want. Bitches do not know what they want. I asked you, what do you want to
men
eat?
know what they want?
Yeah, we just,
Do y'all?
well, we have choices.
Do y'all want the housewife or y'all want a street bitch?
We have options. So we go with the better
You
option.
can't have?
We go with the options.
No.
We choose what we're given.
So I'm
Everyone,
gonna
every
We
nigga
choose what we're
wants
given.
a
So I'm gonna speak for most niggas I know. Most of us, and this is the thing a lot of women don't understand.
Oh, you don't fuck with the Dark Knight?
I know the Dark Knight, man. I've had a lot of Dark Knights.
Come on,
But
bring up her cheesy.
with that being
Marcheesi,
said,
come
let
on.
me keep it 100 with you, man.
Keep it 100, Vertizi. Keep it 100.
A lot of my
It's a dark night. It's a dark night
a lot
talking
of
to
my niggas know this. So with this being said, a lot of my niggas know this. I had a conversation with my niggas. No offense to any women who, make their hit. We don't marry our best dick sucker. We don't marry.
You want to,
We don't
but
marry.
don't do it.
We don't marry. We don't marry the bitch who gave us the best pussy, because a lot of men, we want a woman that we know is going to give us peace in the household, is going to be a great mother to our kids, is not going to be in the streets all the time, is going to be cool being an actual wife, a woman that's willing to work probably like it's 2023. Like some of us want a woman who actually wants to have a job and works a 9 to 5 or whatever and brings some money to the house or whatever. So a lot of men, to be honest,
So the person that was in the streets can't turn into that?
No.
I mean,
you typically know.
So I'm gonna say this right here. It is very hard in both situations, whether it's woman or man, for a nigga in the streets or a woman in the streets to turn into the motherfucker you want them to be in the house, because innately they have developed so many bad skills. So I'm gonna use a sports analogy. If all season long we've been turning the ball over in games, but we've been winning. Our record is 12-1, sees.
Yeah.
But we turn the ball over every game. When we get to the playoffs, we're not gonna think to ourselves, we need to stop turning the ball over, because we're gonna be thinking to ourselves, we had success doing it this way, so it don't matter that we turn the ball over. So if you've been in the streets doing ignorant shit, doing dumb shit, and you found somebody that's cool with that, like, you're not going to think to yourself, oh, I need to be more ladylike now. I need to be
more gentleman-like,
more
or I need to
gentleman-like
be
now.
chill.
You're going to be thinking like, hey, this bitch or this nigga got with me knowing that I was going to the club every night.
I'm the same statement that people always use. The same. You've heard it. We've all heard this before. You knew how I was when you met me.
I have another phrase. You want a lady in the street. What does it say? You want a lady in the sheets, but a freak in the bed.
And I'm gonna use myself for example. Like
Luda.
if a woman get with me and we after 6 months, she's like, damn, you rude as fuck. Bitch,
you knew how I was.
Was you not present when I was busting that pussy open 6 months prior? Because I'm the same as that nigga.
People change.
People evolve, though. You gotta evolve.
People don't change, Cabrera. Like, what happens is people just show you who they really are. Like, you might not have been paying attention to some of the fuck shit somebody was doing or saying, because you might have been in love with them, and this was dudes and women. Because I know dudes who are with hoes, and they trying to tell me, well, I didn't know she was a hoe. Nah, nigga.
You know.
All your homeboys.
You didn't know we knew she was a hoe.
She a hoe, nigga. Like, she doing too much shit that hoes do. Same thing for women. Like, you might have people close to you. Like, maybe your homegirls won't say nothing, but a nigga that's close to you that care about you will tell you, yeah, that nigga ain't no good for you, man. But y'all might be in love with that nigga. So it's like, at the end of the day, you don't see the shit until 6 months or 7 months later.
You be worried about
after
the
nigga the baby mommed you. And now you in a situation, it's like, man, this nigga ain't shit. Guess what? He ain't turned into not shit overnight. That nigga was a turn the first time
from the jump. You knew he wasn't shit. You knew.
Hey, bro, let me tell you.
It's a lot of niggas.
Let me tell you. You can put makeup on a pig. It's still a goddamn pig.
Hey, man.
The bacon still fried.
Hey, what Dr. Seuss said. Hey, I don't want green eggs and hams. I don't want green eggs and ham. I don't want it in a boat.
I don't want it
with a goat.
Anywhere, anytime, any place. I'm good.
The bacon still fried the same. So I'll say that.
Hey, wrap it up for the C's. What these bitches want?
I mean, it's a long conversation though. It's a lot of convoluted situations, because it's like, on one hand, you have a lot of women that say, "Hey, I want a gentleman that wants. I want him to do X, Y, Z. Open up the door and do this. Open up the door for me. Put my chair out for me." And it's like, okay, he does all that. Then you turn around and say he's corny, or it's a guy. It's a great guy. You just don't like his personality. You think he's corny, versus the nigga that's ain't shit, the dude who's not shit, but you still you're so in love, you're so infatuated, you just love the bad boy shit or whatever. It's a lot of those situations. And it's like, on one hand, women say they want this, which I do the opposite, but men do the same
thing.
That's what I was about to say. I'm not gonna say people do the same shit, and I'm always an advocate for this. Shout out to D5. Shout out to you, bro. I know you listening. I always said this, even when we had the podcast going. I said this to you personally. I said, men ain't shit, women ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. So either way, it goes across the board. They're just people that are not shit across the board. But I do disagree with the fact that people do change. I do believe in people changing. But at the same time, it's like people want to go back to the phrase. We can use the topic we talking about a couple weeks ago. What is his name? Smith? What's the basketball player, bro? His wife's been on podcasts and shit.
Oh, Joe Smith.
Joe Smith. Joe Smith's wife. She said it to him several times. And she was on a podcast just recently. She said, "You knew who I was when I got with you." This motherfucker finally walked off. He said, "Oh, I didn't know the pod was gonna be like this." Airing out his dirty laundry. He said, "All right." He said, "All right, bet. Finally, I'm hand clap to you, bro. Tears for you for being in that fucked up situation. But at the same time, you knew who she was when you got with her." He walked off the fucking podcast. We ask y'all, what do y'all want? We do it, and then we turn around and do the opposite. So women are confusing because honestly, y'all don't even know. Back to the Dark Knight. Y'all don't even know what y'all want. But at the same time, some women do know what they want and they set a certain standard, but there's a lot of women who don't know what they want. They say one thing but do the opposite. That's human nature. But it is what it is.
What about you, Anna Kay? Wrap it up for us.
I'm gonna say bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. But all women are bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's we're gonna go with that. But I'm gonna say it like this. You guys, they're trying to distract us. You have individuality. It's not about what do men want, what do women want. It's a distraction and it's about conformity, okay? Individuality, what do you want? And what does he, she, them, they want? We're not women. We're not men. We're us. Do you understand? Like, what do you want as an individual? We are so distracted as a culture. We forget that we have value. You know, if you want to be with 30 different people in your lifetime, that's your prerogative. But in all honesty, that's not what we're supposed to do. But all this stupid shit talking about he's corny.
So real quick,
what do men and women
real
want?
quick, I got a question for the two women. Can you turn a hoe into a housewife? It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
You can turn anything into anything if you're willing to put in enough work and the thing is willing to change. You can turn a drug dealer to a preacher.
Yeah, you can't turn chicken shit into chicken salad. I know that.
But we're talking about human beings. Like, you can evolve. Can you turn a 45-year-old successful ass escort into a housewife that's content with living off of $62,000 a year for her husband, and her 4 kids? I mean, can you turn water into wine? Are you Jesus? But realistically, anybody can evolve into something else.
If you take some fruit and you put water in it and you let it sit, it'll turn into wine.
Are you Jesus?
No,
hey, man. So
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's all good points. On the way to the last topic of the night, man. What you were saying, Anna Kay, is dope. Like the red pill, blue pill, like they trying to make us choose
alpha male and all this other bullshit.
Yeah,
distractions from what's really going on.
On social media, this woman had posed a question, or really more so a statement, saying that there's all these podcasts and all this stuff on social media where it's talking about what men should do, what women should do, like what men ain't, what women ain't, like they ain't shit, this ain't shit, this what should be happening in a relationship, that should be happening in a relationship. And a lot of this stuff is not like the realities of dating. It's really just this shit that basically 95% of people probably haven't even had to deal with in relationships. But people are now internalizing trauma that isn't theirs because they're on social media all the time, listening to people and seeing people talk about their experiences being in relationships and stuff like that. Like, and I will say, you do have some women who talk about, physical abuse of men, but they've never even been in a relationship like that before. But you see so many podcasts and so many TikTokers and people on social media talking about stuff like that. And there's niggas who talk about hoes just like to suck dick and cheat. But they've never been cheated on before, like knowingly, but they see so many niggas talking about it. Like, Ebony, what do you think about how is social media influencing relationships and how men and women view each other when it comes to relationships?
I mean, they're making a point, but not for the wrong reason. I mean, like literally for the wrong reason sometimes, because they're always trying to go viral and, put their business in the street. So it's totally. I totally have like tears because it's just sad how they always try to make everything be known for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I mean, like social media is like it's in the name. It's social media. We've gotten past the point, so we've been through shit. I'm thinking the last 15 years, I've been through all the shit. I've been through High Five, Bebo. We started off with AIM. Anybody remember AOL Instant Messenger?
AOL.
Right.
AOL,
You got
AIM.
mail.
Took it back. If you so on my damn age, but yeah. AIM, Bebo,
Yeah,
High
you did, because I'm
Five.
thinking Kick, and you're talking about AOL.
Oh shit. Kick was like an app though.
I was in middle school. I mean, Kick was our AOL.
Nah.
Snapchat is their AOL.
So it was like Snapchat, Instagram, MySpace, fucking Twitter was when Twitter was Twitter. I miss
It was lit.
I miss Black Twitter.
Yeah,
I miss that shit.
You know, they got to take everything that we have control over.
And then basically, this is gonna be a whole nother conversation. But basically, how Black people have used the platform, pushed it to its heights, and then raised it. This is how I didn't know how big Black Twitter was. Quick sidebar: I had a supervisor when I was still in the military, and he was like, "Yeah, I was deployed with somebody that was Black," and he was like, he showed me what Black Twitter was, and I was like, "Oh shit, I never knew this was a thing," and I was like. Oh, so I just gave him my look.
For them to know.
I gave him that look. I was like, yeah, that shit lit, right? I didn't say it, but I was like, yeah, it's Black Twitter's lit. But basically, it's like you have all these people who have podcasts and platforms and social media followings and YouTubes and all this other shit. You've got different sets. You've got Passport Bros and Black Pill, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Alpha Male, Alpha Female, and Sigma and all these other fucking bullshit ass terms about people ain't going outside. They living online.
Listen, yes, can I please?
Living
Okay,
online.
it's like Gracie's Corner for adults. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I know somebody who has a 2-year-old. She's going on 2. She's watching Gracie's Corner. Wash your hands, whatever. What does she want to do? She gets up. Especially if you walk over there. Every time I go wash my hands, this little girl, me, I wash my hands. What 2-year-old? You know how hard it is to get anybody under the age of 7 to wash anything? Unless they just like to play in the water and get all the water all over your fucking floor.
I mean, all they gotta do is sit and watch Peppa Pig.
I'm saying exactly. This is our Peppa Pig. It's showing us how we're supposed to act. Mind control. Live, vicariously through others. Be okay with not living life and just watching it on TV while you pay $300 a month for your rent and you don't even go outside to see what's going on around you. Like, social media is basically fake news.
It is, and it's like we said it on the pod before. I'm like, be careful where you're getting your news from. If you get most of your news from TikTok, no offense to you, you probably need to fucking watch some documentaries and some real fucking news, which there's a whole nother conversation. I'm sure off screen we're going to talk off air, we're going to talk about it, but basically how everything's propaganda. A lot of things are propaganda controlled, but if you get your news from multiple sources, you can group the shit together and get the real fucking story. But people don't want to do that. People want to live on social media, vicariously living through people. Whether it's what's the dude's name from Atlanta that did the got death threats, the MMA fighter. We were just talking about him on like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, it's like Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. You got people who say like, go fucking, we even said on the pod, go fucking try the restaurant for yourself. You looking at social media, the restaurants, relationships. You listen to people, these people ain't even fucking married, ain't been married. They're fucking baby mamas and baby daddies talking about, oh, you want a wife, you should do this. But you ain't never been fucking married yourself. What the fuck?
It's like a tree with no fruit. We're going to listen to a tree with no fruit.
Basically, that's what.
This is how you do this that I've never done before. Just listen to me and I'm going to tell you.
I've
been so successful doing this, but I need you to listen to me telling you how successful I've been. Scammer.
And then you notice another thing is most of these people have classes, whether it's real estate, how to do a contract, all these other jobs. Oh, I can show you how to make $52 an hour from home. And they got, take my super class. There's a lot of legit people that have legitimate jobs and reasonings behind what they're doing, but there's always a pitch. It's a sales pitch. There was a guy on YouTube. He was big on like weights. There was one guy, there's 2 guys. one that was big on real estate. He was like, "Oh, if you take my master class on real estate, I'll show you how to sell a house." Da 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 da. You know, he has his little short form 15-minute combos and his 5-minute short TikToks and all that bullshit. But then it goes into, oh, go to my website, buy the fucking class. And the class is $100, $500. I'm gonna show you how to trade, or I'm gonna show you how to do trading the stocks or crypto or do real estate. You got people living their lives online. Online is great for reaching out and seeing all the information, but now we're in the era of information overload. You don't know what the fuck to actually watch, put your time in it, look into, which is why social media is so fucked up. And we're all guilty of it. Like shit, I'm on Instagram doom scrolling all fucking day. It's a lot of funny shit on there, but it's not real fucking life. When I step outside, the same shit I saw on Instagram or Twitter is not going to be what the fuck is outside. You might run into one or two situations, but I guarantee you that shit's not real. It's a fine line between what's really out there and what's online. And it goes to society. We're in a situation where people are believing everything you see online. It's just like TV. We move from one media to another. Went from TV, radio, TV, social media. And now everything's instant. That's also part of the problem. I've said it on multiple fucking podcasts. Stop believing everything you see on the fucking internet, and also stop fucking recording. That's my main point, but I'm gonna end it on that.
Yeah, man.
You good?
Yeah, man. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I be looking at a lot of these podcasts and videos on TikTok and social media, and they be talking about what women are doing, what women ain't doing, what men ain't doing, what women ain't doing. And to be honest, me and Anna Kay, we had this conversation, I want to say maybe a month ago, that we both are kind of tired of the back and forth of this relationship advice, because none of the conversation is constructive, productive. None of it's talking about solutions, like ways to fix it. At the end of the day, when it comes to some of these hoes, respectfully, like
disrespectfully,
bitches,
niggas,
like when it
hoes,
comes, like when it comes
tricks,
like when it comes to
tricking assholes,
tricking assholes making money.
Like when it comes to
what you talking about?
Like when it comes to some of these hoes, bro. Like I'm gonna speak for myself. Like if you a dude and you not even interested in some of these hoes that's on that ratchet ass shit, but why do you even care about what they want?
Why do you care about shit that doesn't affect your life?
But on the flip side, if you a hoe and
what is a hoe? Like 2023, what is a hoe?
If you a hoe and you mad at like these niggas that's doing,
but can you give me the definition of your version of a hoe?
Bitches that just fucking around
for no reason.
That's what they do. They just naturally just go.
You got paid hoes and you got non-paid hoes.
Whore or a hoe?
Hoes. But
whores and hoes can be in the same category.
But hoes get paid.
But like I was saying though,
do all hoes get paid?
Then you're a whore.
But like I was saying though,
it's become synonymous though.
It's not.
It has.
Y'all do that. We don't do that.
In society, it's become hoe.
Whose society? White society?
This society.
Men's society?
From the main American culture down to the black culture to this town, hoes have become synonymous with this term of, oh, she a hoe. She's fucking around. It's a woman that's fucking around. It doesn't matter if she's in a relationship or not. She's fucking around. She's a hoe. That's just what it's become. But I mean, respectfully, disrespectfully, I agree with Vertizi's saying.
But yeah, like I was saying though, when it comes to like you said, hoes, for example, why are you worried about the fact that you got niggas who don't want to, like, let's say, pay your bills? Like, okay, cool. If that nigga don't want to pay your bills, obviously that nigga ain't for you.
You get what you require. And if you can't get it from them, I mean, it's not about being a gold digger, bitch. You need to be able to pay your own bills.
That's my point, though, Anna Kay.
Why you can't pay your own bills?
That's my point, Anna Kay. My point is, like, you want your bills paid. This nigga don't want to pay your bills. So why are you mad at that nigga?
Because they thought they were Beyonce.
Like now you got
Destiny Child.
Like now that just lets you know, okay, this nigga don't want to pay my bills. Fuck it, let me move on. Like a lot of this stuff is delusional because it's people like C's was saying, it's people narrating these conversations that's never been in these situations. You got women telling you how to be a wife, they've never been a wife. You got men telling you how to be a husband, but they've never been a husband. And then you got men and women telling you how to be wives and husbands, but they've been divorced multiple times. Like, no offense to Steve Harvey, I don't know when Steve Harvey became this maestro at giving relationship advice when you've had these fucked up relationships and it's on record that you met your current wife while you was dealing with your first wife. Like, that's not, to me, someone that I want to take relationship advice from. Just like, for example, Amber Rose and Kim Kardashian are not two women that I want to take relationship advice from. But you have these women.
I mean, they're not even regular human beings. Like, how are you going to take relationship advice from someone who's not in a relationship that you're capable of? That's like me taking business advice from, like, Paris Hilton. You know, yes, is she successful?
In the last couple years,
do I have what she did? Can I get successful how she has? No.
Nah, but in the last
couple years,
I mean, in Paris Hilton's case, her grandparents personally told her parents, they said, you can't do the same shit you did. Like that whole social media bullshit, that early 2000s, they said, you need to sit your ass down and chill the fuck out. You're part of the Hilton fucking conglomerate with multiple fucking hotels around the world. So they were like, sit your ass down. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to wrap it up real soon. It's just, social media is not real life.
Yeah, fake news.
But yeah, man, at the end of the day, my whole perspective on it is, yeah, man, take advice from people who are close to you. Take advice from people that you trust and value their opinion. Like these people on social media that you don't know, don't take advice from them. Like, I know we got a podcast and I know we be giving our advice, but to be honest, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like Rose would tell you, we really don't really give advice. We really just tell y'all shit that we've been through.
An opinion.
Tell y'all shit we've dealt with, and we give our opinion on certain shit. And whether you want to listen to it or not, that's cool. But at the end of the day, like, I can give you advice from my perspective, from how I dealt with shit, and so can Rose, and so can C's, and the two beautiful ladies we have on the pod tonight, Anna K, and
you sort of call me Anime, dang. I mean, yeah, I'm not that old. Jeez.
Yeah, Anna K and Ebony. But yeah, overall, man.
The cake, Anime.
Overall, man, this is like a Matrix type shit. It's a blue pill, red pill, man. And to be honest, bro, I know Anna K said.
No, I've never seen The Matrix.
I know Anna K. I know Anna K.
said 95, baby. I don't know.
I know Anna K has said it multiple times tonight, man, where she's been like, basically, the government, they're tricking us, they're playing us. Man, at the end of the day, man, these relationship podcasts are playing everyone, man, because I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of the shit they talk about is shit that people haven't
Drink the Kool-Aid if you want to.
It's shit that people haven't even had to deal with, man. You know, and some of the things that women are now putting in their relationships is shit that was never in their relationship before. Like, I'm going to keep it real. Like, that term high value man, that's some shit that just became real a couple years ago.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels.
Like, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but these other people have ran with it. Like, let's keep it 100. Women was not, like, we did not have women who was basically saying, oh, I need a 6-figure nigga. But then you've had people on social media, you've had some of these female rappers who started saying, I need a 6-figure nigga. No, women just wanted a man that was going to treat them right, that was going to love them.
But women are making way more salary money now.
And be able to be
women couldn't work at all. They wanted a man that could completely take care of them.
I'm talking about even the last 10 years.
I'm talking about before, right?
No, I'm talking about the last 10 years. I'm talking about literally this whole mindset. Like 2015 to now.
Because we have better opportunities now. You can't do the bare minimum.
But I'm saying like 2015 to now is when we've gotten to this point where women feel like I need a 6-figure nigga.
Because if they can get it, why can't we? Why do black niggas go make $175,000 and go marry a Hispanic, white, or Asian woman?
But my point, Anna K, is
we know our value.
No, my point is, and see what I'm saying? What you're saying right there is what I'm talking about. The point is, none of that shit exists. Like, it's a matrix. It's people on social media
that feed that idea.
But it's not, think about it. In the Indian culture, you're not marrying off your daughter to a bum.
So let me ask you this.
What I'm saying is, that 6-figure nigga that people talking about, he doesn't really exist.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
yes,
Y'all, every other culture requires
hold up.
something of their men.
So
to
let me
get
ask you a
woman.
question. Let me
Yes,
ask.
But the black community.
My
Let me
bad,
ask you a
sis.
question. What percentage of black people, not men, women, what I'll ask you three ways. What percentage of black households are making that much? What percentage of black males?
Let me be specific.
Hold on.
Six
Hold on. Wait.
figures is
Let me
what?
finish. What percentage of black males are making that much?
What is
And what
considered
percentage?
6 figures in 2023?
6 figures is $100,000.
A
But
lot of
I'll say
people-
this also.
A lot of people
But
under the age of 40.
But I'll say this also.
and over it.
What's the average household income?
So is this what you're saying? It's because the bitch who works at Walmart who dates the nigga
Wants
who
a
works-
6-figure nigga.
Let me finish. She can get it. Okay, this is what I'm saying. The bitch who works at Walmart who keeps falling for dudes who work at the warehouse is saying I need a 6-figure nigga. Not the bitch with her master's or the nurse who makes $120K a year. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying it's the bitches who aren't willing to work on themselves who are content, being the manager at Waffle House or the assistant manager at Checkers or
They're coming to
the
them.
$12 an hour?
There are these 6-figure men that are coming to these
It's
women.
not that hard to make 6 figures in 2023 at the age of 30 or 40. It's not.
You say that?
It's not. I know people who are doing it here where we're at. And think about it, California, New York, Salt Lake City.
$100,000 in California is fucking
But
average.
they make
Silicon
it,
Valley.
though. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the difference between you
Hey,
have
both
the
y'all.
social
Hey, both
media
y'all.
shit.
What y'all talking about is valid, but it's kind of like a different conversation. My
We
point-
come from different. We all of us have individual
I'm
backgrounds
saying
that are
it's a-
very
it's a-
different.
it's- I'm saying it's a different.
Well,
I'm saying it's a
environmental
different
upbringing.
conversation. That's my point.
Yeah.
My point is the stuff that I'm talking about, and just please let me finish. I'm not just trying to target women because I'm finna say things for men and women.
Man too.
Like with women, that mindset of I need a 6-figure nigga is some shit that literally started existing around 2015, 2017 when these podcasts.
That's not true. Beyonce said, "Can you pay my bills? Can you pay
And
my
time out,
telephone
time
bill?
out,
Can you
time
pay
out,
my car
time
note,
out,
nigga?"
Time out.
That was in the
Time-
after the 2000s.
Time out. That's why I said, let me talk. Please listen.
All right.
What did I say,
Respectfully.
Steve? I said 6-figure nigga. Did I say a nigga that can't pay your bills? Because niggas who make, can I finish?
How much do you
No,
make?
I was gonna add to what
How
you
much
said.
do you have to make in 2023 to take care of 2
Hold
separate
on,
households?
let him finish.
Time out. Niggas who make 55 a year or 60 a year can pay bills, but what you just said is something completely different. Us living together and me paying all the bills.
No, that's not paying my bills.
Key word.
That's you getting a housewife for free.
That is me
How's
paying.
that
That's
for
a free
free?
investment because what y'all don't understand is
But it's a
back
lot
in
of
the day,
it's a lot of women now. 2023,
right?
we live in an era where most people, the husband and the wife, both have to work.
Because it's difficult.
To-
But that's not what we're talking about.
Inflation.
I got a
Women
question.
are settling a lot
So-
because life is harder
So
now.
Are you saying that back in the day, men was paying the bills of women even though they wasn't living with them?
Yes, they were because it was unrespectful. It was disrespectful to you as a woman to live with a man you weren't married to.
That's not
It
true.
was called shacking. It's very
That's
true,
not
Levert.
true.
It's
That
very
part is-
true
that
for
part
middle
is
class
true.
and upper
No, that
class.
part is true, but
It was disrespectful
that
for you to
part
live
is
with
true.
a man you weren't
I'm
married
saying
to.
that part is true, but the men wasn't paying their bills because a lot of women was living at home.
No, we're talking about the
Yeah.
90s and the 80s. We're
Yeah.
talking about 90s and 80s. Bitches had their own places. And we're not talking about 19-year-olds. We're talking about
And
27-year-olds.
men still wasn't paying their bills.
Yes, they were. Who
But-
were you talking to?
People in my family, they grew up in the 90s.
Okay,
and
but how much
40s.
money were they making?
Like, what
What
I'm
were
saying,
their jobs?
I'm talking.
This is a middle class, upper class problem
And
that
okay,
the lower
and-
class
and-
has
and-
adopted.
And okay, what I'm saying is right here. What I'm saying is this. Yes, if you're making that kind of money up there, yes, that's a whole conversation.
$100,000 a year is not a lot, you guys. That's what I'm saying.
And
It's
okay,
not a
my
lot.
point is- So, and okay, can I ask a question? If we show statistics, and the statistics show that we got less than 5% of the population who makes 6 figures, like, what do you mean that's not a lot of money?
It doesn't apply
that's
to
a lot of
them.
money.
Y'all are okay. People who make if you have a two income household and you're making less than $80,000 a year, y'all are struggling.
No,
And
I'm
that's
talking.
most
No,
of America.
So it doesn't apply to you
We're
guys.
not talking about households. But
It doesn't apply to them.
I'm talking about individual. I can literally show you statistics that would tell you how many people.
If I hypothetically make $80,000 a year by myself as a woman, why would I want to be with a man who makes less?
That's not 6 figures though. 80,000.
Right, 80,000 is how far away from
Yeah.
120?
20. But 80,000
40.
still 80,000 is still good money. But
Right.
Point,
so can you pay my bill? Could you afford my lifestyle?
My point is that's not 6 figures. That's my whole point.
What is 6 figures? 100 and I make 80 and you're
figures.
a man and you get promoted easier. You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier for you to move up.
Statistically, women make more than men.
That's not really true.
Like, my bad. Let me phrase it. Statistically, black women make more than men.
Because black women are willing to work harder, and it's more expensive for us to be us.
Is that
Y'all
true?
can go buy your J's, buy a $20 pair of sneakers, and
every
a t-shirt
nigga's
from
not
Walmart.
buying J's though.
But I'm saying to be fly, it's much cheaper to be fly as a man than a woman. We have way more expensive.
If you want to say that, why do women's clothes cost more than men's?
Because they know we'll pay it.
Y'all can go to Fashion Nova.
They know we'll pay
and Forever 21.
Real bitches are not really walking around. Bitches with money who care about their image.
And the Louis Vuitton.
They're not walking around with Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova and Chanel.
They might have on a Fashion Nova bodysuit, but a $2,000 pair of boots with a $1,700 purse with a $700 wig that costs $400 to install.
That's the point I'm about to make, though. If I as a man, I want decent clothes. You can be cheap and go here and there.
It's
but if you
cheaper
want
to be a man.
if you want, it's not.
Yes, it is.
If you want decent shit, you got to go to a certain store.
But y'all not paying $500. Y'all are not.
There's a lot of niggas paying.
Listen, y'all spend money on ice, but besides jewelry,
and I agree with you. Women spend more money on their upkeep.
Everything.
Spend more money on clothes. But my point is this: the real, like that's not the reason why women make more money. Like
women make more money because we have to.
It's many reasons why women make more money. One, because y'all go to school longer than men, so you get degrees most of the time, so you can get jobs to pay more. Another part of that. Let me get it real quick. I'm gonna add. They get incarcerated more, so it's harder to find.
But where are these men?
Hold on.
Black men who grew up in middle upper class families, or black men who grew up in the hood?
Hold on, real quick.
Are these hood statistics?
Hey, both of y'all, hold on.
Okay, we talking about overall.
Well, then it's not true.
Hold on. I'm gonna add to your conversation for two. It's like, okay, let's take an example of
it's false information.
$55,000.
They're false statistics.
These are real stats.
They're false statistics.
Real stats.
Time out. Now, if you want to say this, let me say this real quick. If you want to say, I just want the statistics from middle class men,
middle and upper class, because it's not fair.
That's a whole different discussion. It's
not, because this is like a hood struggle conversation. From your point of view, you're speaking from a hood struggle point of view. No, you're not speaking from a middle upper class point of view. So most of the people that you know, men versus women, all the women you know versus the men you grew up with, all the women are making way more than the men. That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so it's not. It is subjective.
That's what I'm saying.
Statistics are subjective.
That's what I'm saying. I know a lot of women who make more than the men do.
I'm sure you do because of no shit, but because of where you come from versus where you come from and where I come from.
Not even that.
Because I don't, and you don't either.
Not even that. Because you got a lot of who dominate the nursing field.
Women.
Is that a good paying?
But what did I just ask you though?
Great fucking.
Out of everybody you know,
they're making off. They fucking killing it right
now. But out of everybody you know, are the women killing the men? Are they just making so much more than the men? You black people, you know.
It depends. Different sets. Because I know.
I'm being honest. Overall.
I know women that are making $100,000.
But how many men do you know that you are in your circle that are bums? That are making $40,000?
I don't hang with them. First of all.
That's a different question. Like me personally, and me and him know the same people. Just in our circle. We know 2 wives, they make more than their husbands.
But how much do the husbands make?
They make good money.
Exactly.
They make great money.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Hold on, real quick. Let me ask you a question. Does how much your man makes take away from him as a husband or a man? If your man's making less than you make more than your husband. But he does every fucking thing
That's
else.
what I'm saying. It depends. Finances don't matter, okay? When you're married, you're a team.
Why are you just now saying that, though?
Because we're not talking about...
We had the whole conversation.
We're talking about courting. We're not talking about you're actually together.
So we're talking about you're together.
When you're married, it doesn't matter who makes the most.
Putting out there compared to reality.
Because that shit is fake news. That's what I'm saying. These are fake struggles.
Time out. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is there's real statistics, but as far as the people on these podcasts and all this different stuff, that 6-figure nigga shit, And that shit became recent.
It's just like I was reading Michelle Obama's book. It's about balance.
Because I said I was going to flip it because I didn't get a chance to say the other side. And that low body count shit, that shit became some shit recently. Like that was not some shit innately we grew up saying, oh, I need a bitch with a low body count. Now, I'm not saying that we was thinking ourselves we want to fuck with a hoe, but we was not asking a woman, what's your body count?
How many people did you mess with?
That's what I mean, okay? What I mean is, yes, a woman wants a man that can take care of them. And yes, a man wants a woman that's not fucking every nigga. But until 2017, these conversations...
I mean, people had personal business they kept to themselves.
These conversations was not being had like that. That's my point. These conversations was not being had like that. These conversations have gotten so crazy to the point where every woman feels like, I need a 6-figure nigga. And you got every man who feels like, oh, if a bitch got a body count over 4 or 5, she's a hoe.
Like, how old is she? Like 40?
Well, what I'm saying is we wasn't even having those conversations a couple years ago.
Because it was your personal business.
But what I'm saying, social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, or known as X now, as well as
we ain't gonna start that bullshit, man.
As well as YouTube, these podcasts,
live vicariously through
all this stuff now has hit the surface. And what I'm trying to say, and this I'm gonna wrap it up. What I'm trying to say is, yes, like the stuff you said is valid, the stuff that C said is valid, but at the end of the day, is this stuff on a national level,
international.
I'm just talking about the country.
Okay, gotcha.
This stuff on a national level was not at the center of conversations when we was trying to date men and women. We was not, like, because you keep saying about the middle class and all that. That's my point. Why are you concerned about what's going on with the upper class? Why are you concerned what's going on in the lower class when you're in the middle class? You're not. But what I'm saying is when you see a podcast and a woman is talking about, oh, I want a 6-figure nigga, and I be having these niggas that are bums talking to me, and another woman says, oh, every nigga I deal with, he makes 6 figures. That's when women start putting that in their head. Vice versa, when man says, oh, I make this kind of money, I'm a high value man, which is a made up term, and he says, I'm a high value man. I got one example. And my woman does what I tell her to do.
One side
as well as I don't deal with women that, do this and do that.
Just to add on to your point real quick.
That we created the last couple years by listening to people on social media.
Real quick, I got to add on to that. It's like you got the same dudes, like the red pill dudes, who are like, oh, I ain't got to take these spend money on these chicks and do this and do that. They giving it out for free. Basically, don't be a simp. Don't do this, do that.
Don't respect a woman. Don't give her things she might want.
Honestly,
just take the pussy.
We all got main points, but basically the main point is you got the social media conversation and you got real fucking life. That's the veil. It's like what's actually fucking happening, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, social media, or somebody you know up the street. I guarantee you, there's plenty of people making $100,000.
Ain't none of your friends' business. Ain't none of your friends' business.
And it's like, what you going on? Like, don't base your personal decisions and what you choose to do here and there affect what you actually fucking like. What you like? You see some shit on the internet and you go out and try it. It might work for you. It might work for you, but shit, it might not. So it's like, hey, that shit is fucked up.
Yeah, man. Man, this was a great conversation. For those listening to the pod, man, I know this has been a long episode. There's been a lot of topics, as you've heard, and man, everyone's very passionate about everything they said. Hey, and Kay, are there any closing thoughts you got?
You guys, spirituality, individuality, and community is very important. Know what you believe in, stick to what you believe in. You're important. Be yourself. Be true to yourself. And be, community. We got to stick together, you guys, because if we don't have our backs, who does? Clearly, they don't. And some of them do. And we appreciate you guys. We're not, I don't want it to come off of me being anti whatever. I'm not anti any race, but I'm definitely pro-Black, So it is what it is. I'm very thankful for being able to be here on this podcast, and blessings to everyone,
Yeah, so we can wrap it up. Great conversations. Great having y'all on. Vertiza, go ahead, close us out, man.
Yeah, man. As far as it concerns me, man, this was a great episode. Hey, at the end of the day, we've had a couple topics that talk about the same thing. Make your own mind up. Try to be a leader when you can. Don't always try to follow and just do what people say. Hey, social media is great. It's fun to laugh at, but in the words of Denzel from Training Day, you see this newspaper right here, Jake? It entertains me. So since you want to interrupt my conversation, you entertain me. When you get on social media, be entertained. That's what social media is for. But don't let social media control how you view life and control your thoughts because you don't know them people and you don't know the credentials they have for you to follow their advice, man. So, in the words of Ed and Rakim, peace.
And I'm back quiet. Hey, we out, man.